There is a world floating millions of kilometers away from Earth. A frozen desert covered in toxic dust storms. A planet where no human has ever taken a single breath. And yet, one man believes humanity can survive there. Not in hundreds of years. Not in some distant science fiction future. But within our lifetime. SpaceX is building the most powerful machine humanity has ever created. A machine designed for one terrifying purpose: to carry humans to Mars. Getting to Mars may be one of the most dangerous missions in human history. Exploding rockets, deadly radiation, isolation beyond imagination, and a journey where rescue is impossible. Yet despite repeated failures, Starship keeps rising again. And what SpaceX achieved recently may have brought humanity closer to becoming an interplanetary species than ever before. Tonight, we follow the terrifying journey toward Mars. 4 decades, Mars existed as a distant dream. 4 decades, Mars existed as a distant dream. A cold red light in the night sky. Scientists studied it. Movies romanticized it. But nobody truly had the technology to reach it at scale. Then came SpaceX. Founded by Elon Musk with a vision many considered impossible. Not just visiting Mars, colonizing it. To understand how insane this idea really is, you need to understand the distance. Mars is not the moon. The moon is only days away. Mars can take nearly 7 months to reach. If something goes wrong, there is no rescue mission coming. No quick return home. Only silence. Only distance. Only the endless void between worlds. And to survive that journey, SpaceX needed a completely new kind of spacecraft. Not a capsule. Not a shuttle. But a colossal stainless steel machine capable of carrying entire crews across deep space. That machine became Starship, the largest and most powerful rocket system ever built. But building it would unleash years of catastrophic failures. Explosions so violent they shook the ground itself. And strangely, those failures became part of the plan. In the early tests, Starship looked cursed. Prototype after prototype exploded. Some burst into fireballs during landing. Others disintegrated moments after launch. To the outside world, it looked like failure. But SpaceX operated differently. Instead of hiding disasters, they accelerated through them. Every explosion revealed weaknesses. Every failure pushed the system forward. And then came the milestone that changed everything. The first successful high-altitude landing attempt. For the first time, Starship proved it could survive descent. But reaching Mars requires far more than landing. The true nightmare begins in orbit. Because Starship is so massive, it cannot reach deep space fully fueled. Which means SpaceX plans orbital refueling. Gigantic fuel transfers between spacecraft while orbiting Earth at extreme speeds. If this fails, the Mars mission fails. And even if it succeeds, another horror waits ahead. Re-entry. Temperatures can become hotter than lava. The surface begins experiencing extreme thermal violence. A single failure in the heat shield could destroy the entire vehicle. Recent Starship tests became critically important. Closer toward the moment humans may actually board this machine. Imagine staring through a small window, watching Earth slowly disappear into darkness. Day after day. Week after week. Nothing outside except infinite blackness. No air. No life. No rescue. Only fragile walls protecting you from cosmic radiation. And finally, Mars appears. A dead world covered in ancient scars. Dust storms larger than entire countries. Temperatures cold enough to freeze exposed skin instantly. A horizon so empty it feels inhuman. Future cities rising from red dust. What happens if the first settlers cannot return? What happens if the first settlers cannot return? This is what makes the Mars mission different from every journey before it. It is not exploration alone. It is separation from Earth itself. For the first time in human history, people may live and die on another planet. And SpaceX continues moving toward that reality faster than many expected. The impossible begins looking disturbingly real. A future where children could be born beneath artificial domes on Mars. A future where Earth is no longer humanity's only world. But there is something unsettling about this vision. Because Mars is not welcoming us. It is silent, cold, lifeless. Humanity is attempting to force life into a world that was never meant for us. And if Starship succeeds, history may remember this moment as the beginning of a new civilization. Expanded Mars colony with multiple domes and human activity, hopeful lighting, large scale, cinematic wide shots showing growth and progress, or the beginning of humanity's greatest mistake. Right now, somewhere in the Texas desert, Starship continues preparing for another launch, another test, another step toward Mars, and maybe someday, humans will stand beneath an alien sky looking back at Earth as nothing more than a distant star, a tiny light swallowed by darkness. But what do you think? Should humanity risk everything to become a multi-planetary species? Or are we walking toward a disaster we cannot yet understand? Tell us in the comments below. Watch our next video about the horrifying discoveries of the James Webb Space Telescope, because what it found in deep space may be even more disturbing than Mars itself.